So the millimeter wave, as mentioned in the previous videos, at 28 gigahertz, the 5G millimeter wave at 28 gigahertz has been rolled out in the UK and the US. And if you're in a city, you may already be facing it. What are the pros and cons of it? Well, the first concern is, as said earlier in the other videos, we don't know. There's such a vast difference in the signal. The difference between, a sort of 3-4 gigahertz signal that we've put up with to date and something 7 times as fast, 28 gigahertz. Is that right? 747, yeah. Is an unknown territory to us. And as I say, we're in the UK anyway, we're at the forefront as the main EMF consulting business, high frequency wise, in terms of health anyway. We tend to hear of issues and troubles first, and we are beginning to see one or two things, but it's nothing to raise too much panic at the moment. But we do need to know if it's in our environment, and those of us that are aware that high frequency radiation from wireless technologies is dangerous to our health and detrimental to our health. Certainly, I got my first high frequency monitor, a very early version of the Acousticon from Alistair Phillips in 2004, and I've never been without one. And we're in 22 now, 2022. So for me, life in the modern world isn't considerable without it's considerable, but I would not, unless there's a really good reason, consider to try and go about my daily life, decide where I live, decide where I go, without some kind of EMF monitor. And certainly if I'm going to move house or when I move house, I will, make alterations to the environment, particularly where I sleep, dependent on what my high frequency EMF monitor shows me. So many of you will have one, maybe an Acousticon, Acoustimeter, or Safe and Sound, or some of you, many of you with TF2. The thing is, though, as this new technology, 28 gigahertz, is rolled out, you can't, if you've got one of those, one of the, what I'm now calling old-fashioned monitors, it's a little bit like having a bike tyre with 5 punctures and only fixing 4 of them. You might as well not bother. So in the next video, and the final one of this series, I'm going to introduce you to the FM5, the first and only reasonably priced, accurate, high quality 5G millimeter wave monitor. And then I'm also going to talk to you about, if you do discover that you have this signal, what you can do about it to mitigate it. And that will be the final video of this series coming up now.